Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Carissa, the face behind Lovable Reader. I have been trying to film this video for like the past couple days. Today, I'm doing the Booktube Newbie Tag, I think it's called. And I do also have my phone, so if you see me look down at all, that's what I'm looking at. So I figured I would just get started with this tag and see where it goes. So the first question is, why do you want to start this channel? I would like to start this channel because I have really nobody else to talk to about books, and it's more of, I think, that I would like to talk to people about the books that I'm reading and how I feel about them, and pretty much in general just because I feel good to talk to people who don't normally would judge me on the books that I read, or would like to hear my opinions about stuff. And question 2. What are some of the fun and unique things you could bring to BookTube? I don't know about unique stuff. I'm really obnoxious, so that's one thing I think that I could bring to YouTube in general as a whole. Also, I'm also a little obsessed with Stephen King, and I think I could bring my big personality, and I'm really obnoxious, so the people who know me in real life would probably be able to tell you that. I have a really big personality, and I could probably bring my love for Stephen King, I think. I mean, other than that, I'm not quite sure. I haven't really put any thought into it. Question 3. What most excites you about this new channel? I would say the main thing would be to actually talk about the books that I love. This might be a hot take, but I am obsessed with the Harry Potter series, and I talk about it non-stop in my real life. I mean, as much as people put up with me. I'm just excited to share the things that I love in a book, and I'm able to just question 4 is, why do you love reading? I love reading because it's more of an escape, and I can just bury myself in a book. I feel that's a super common answer, but I just love getting lost in a story, and to know new authors and new genres. I'm kind of starting to dip my feet into the fantasy genre a little bit, so I don't know if I would be continuing I don't know if I would continue my love for adult fantasy. I have tried to read some Brandon Sanderson books. I really I'm obsessed with Mistborn a little bit, so I'm trying to work my way in from young adult fantasy to adult fantasy. Question 5. What book/series got you into reading? I would have to say that the biggest series that got me into reading was Harry Potter. My mom used to read those books when we were younger, when they first started coming out, and I just loved it from the beginning, and the fact that it's more of a nostalgic book series, and the one big book series that I also love today. I think they were the Wishbone books. That has definitely shaped me to be the reader I am today, which I think also has helped. But I don't think that played as big of a part into my reading journey as the Harry Potter series has. But I'm also I'm trying to look for new series that I could possibly love just as much. I just haven't found it quite yet. Question number 6. What questions do you ask your favorite booktubers? I would say the first question I would ask is how are you able to balance your love for reading and and how to not annoy the people in your life who are non-readers. I feel that's more of where I'm stuck in a rut right now, because it's just I talk to my family and my coworkers a lot, and I feel I've gotten to the point I've annoyed them to the point of return, I believe. But that's the main question I would ask. And then the second one would be how they would be able to talk in front of a camera and kind of like not look like a crazy person. There's probably more questions, but I can't think of them right now. The next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Thing for me would probably be talking to a camera. I'm just not used to it, I don't think. Like every time I would sit down, especially like the past couple days, like I have been sitting and just not wanting to say anything in front of a camera or wanting to film anything. When I have tried, there's been a couple of them where you hear a lot of the background noise, and say the second thing is trying to find a decent schedule, to be able to film and what to film. There's probably more, but I probably can't think of any, but those are definitely my top two that I could think of. Next question is, when did you start reading? I don't know if this is when you started reading by yourself or not, but I want to say I started reading with when my mom used to read the Harry Potter books to me. She would definitely. It was definitely when I was little. My mom's an avid reader, or I don't know if she's still an avid reader. I would definitely blame my mom. I would definitely also blame one of my older sisters, because she's also an avid reader, but she reads more of Stephen King books, and I've also learned that her favorite author is Stephen King, so that's kind of where I got into that genre of horror, and I think he's just a horror writer. Maybe Debs' feet into fantasy. And where do you read? I mainly read in my bedroom, and I love to read off my Kindle. I also read outside on our deck, and that's where I watch a lot of reading sprints, is out on our deck. I also like to read upstairs and in our living room area. So I'm not really picky on where I like to read. Anywhere that I can just pull out my Kindle and be hey, let's just read a couple pages. And I just like to read, if you guys haven't noticed. And the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I've definitely got into more of fantasy probably since 2020. I have definitely been more in the fantasy mood, definitely the past couple years. But I also like to read more of horror books. I like to... Hello, this is editing Carissa. I realized that I didn't do an outro, so I figured I would do it right here. I would just like to say thank you for watching my video, and I have all my links to my Goodreads, my Storygraph, and Instagram that are all linked down below. So I hope I see more of you guys.